Hi, YouTube. I'm here for my first story time. It's gonna be an interesting one. I think that I picked one of my favorites so far for my first one because it's a juicy one. I tried to film this yesterday. I had not slept in 37 hours. I was screaming about Taylor Swift. It happened. And then I couldn't process sentences and I was too tired. So I'm back. I threw on some makeup. I look like a human. I don't look like I haven't slept in 37 hours now, so it's good. Maybe I'll be able to actually function and tell this story. So I'm going to tell you the story of my psychotic, insane ex-boyfriend. Now, also, my background of my other first video was slightly different. I'm trying to figure out where I want to film videos. This is a little hallway thingy in my room. This is my closet with paint samples on it. This is my door with pictures on it, and these are a lot of my meet and greet pictures. So, I don't know. The lighting is slightly better right here. I think that for now I'll film it here until I figure out a better spot. But yeah, let's get into that. So, we're gonna go all the way back to 7th grade. In 7th grade, I met this guy on the bus. We're gonna call this guy Monkey Boy. That's not really a specific name, but in 7th grade, we all decided that he looked like a monkey. So we're gonna call him that. I'm not even trying to be like shady or like rude. It's kind of been a thing that me and like all my friends and just, you know, we've said it to him. He always got angry, but I mean, that sounds like a him problem. So I'm just gonna call him that throughout this video. And his mother, who we will get into, her name's gonna be Monkey Mom, so I'm just gonna refer to her as that. I'm just gonna let you know right now. So in 7th grade, I met this guy named Monkey Boy on the bus, and it was all fine and good. We kind of talked here and there, and then we got each other's numbers and whatever, and he like invited me to his baptism, and then I ended up going back to his house and like meeting his entire family. And so in 7th grade, we were best friends. We hung out like every single day. He was probably one of like my only really good friends in 7th grade. And he always had a crush on me. We all knew that he had a crush on me. It wasn't really a secret, but I never really saw him that way. He was just my best friend. Oh, 8th grade Olivia made some poor choices. So, summer before 8th grade, me and him kind of got into it. We weren't really friends. I didn't talk to him all summer. And then 8th grade started. Oh, 8th grade. So, at the beginning of 8th grade, first of all, I had dyed my hair brown. If you've seen pictures of that, I'm so sorry. At some point, I'll probably show you pictures of that because it's pretty funny to laugh at now. But I had my emo phase, and then I ended up getting bullied really bad, and I'm gonna make a whole other story time about that at some point. But just that, like, keep that in mind that I was, like, going through all of this, like, bullying, everything. It was really bad. Like, pretty much the entire 8th grade hated me. And, like, just keep that in mind, because that is, like, a big part of another part of this story that happens later on. So I couldn't date Monkey Boy officially because of everybody, like, being really mean, and other people, like, this other girl got with him at the beginning of the year, and then they broke up, but she was one of the people who was really mean to me, so, like, she would have gotten really pissed if she would have found out that I was dating him. So we were kind of a thing, but not even really a thing. Like, we sort of acted like we were dating. Because, okay, so I ended up liking him in 8th grade, I guess. The brown hair, the hair dye, it just really got to my head. So, I don't know. And then at football games, we would kind of, like, hold hands, and then somebody would be like, oh my god, no, this person's coming, and we would, like, get as far away from each other as possible. So it just never kind of worked out for us, which, I mean, should have been the end of it, but it wasn't, and that's why I'm here today. So, after everything kind of sort of died down with everybody being, like, really hateful towards me and stuff, we ended up dating. As me and Monkey Boy started dating, we started dating in the middle of October, and we dated through Halloween, pretty much, or like the first day of November or something. So, that was not a long relationship. I mean, that was 2, maybe 3 weeks. At a football game. Now, this is whenever it actually, like, we were fine, I guess, up until, like, people found out that we dated and stuff. So, at a football game one day, I ended up getting his phone. And I knew that in the past he'd kind of cheated on girls. I didn't think he would do that to me. So I started going through his phone, and it's like his mom, like me, his brother, you know, whoever, just random people. And then there's his ex, who he dated before me. Like, right before me. And I made sure that they were over. I was like, have you guys broken up? Like, are you officially broken up? You have, like, texted her and said, we are over. And he even showed me the text messages that they were allegedly over. Like, I had every right to think that they were over. Nope. I start reading through the messages, and she's like, you're not dating Olivia, are you? And he was like, no, like, that's not what's happening. Like, I'm only dating you, and, like, I wouldn't date Olivia, and just all of this bullshit. And it's like, dude, like, you're dating me. You asked me out, like, we are dating or whatever, but... So he was lying to me. He lied to this other girl. And then one day this girl came up to me, and she was like, you stole my boyfriend. And I knew that this was gonna happen. I just knew it was gonna go down as soon as people found out. And I was like, I didn't steal your boyfriend. Like, you guys broke up. And she was like, no, we didn't. Like, I don't know. And it was this big thing. Not really like big thing, but she was pretty angry that I stole her boyfriend. After that, I was on the phone with him one night, and I was like, no, you cheated on me, like, I'm not gonna stay with you. And he was like, no, like, baby, I love you, you know, all this lying, pretending like he never cheated on me. And I was like, dude, I saw the text messages. But then I guess I gave him another chance. He was like, oh, I'll break up with her, I will leave her. My mom was with me whenever I was on the phone, and she called him an ass, and she was not happy. But see, she was a normal parent and wasn't just like, okay, I'm gonna ban you from seeing him, because, like, she knew that I would still see him at school and, you know, find ways to, I guess, see him or whatever. She didn't like the idea, but she didn't make me not see him or whatever. So, we were kind of secretive about our relationship again. And then his mom didn't like us dating. Oh, Mama Monkey. Mama Monkey was not happy with me. Okay, so I remember specifically one time, Monkey Boy was like, we were on the phone because we would talk and whatever, like, on the phone, and he was like, I'm gonna tell people that we're dating, and I was like, no, that's gonna make things worse with me, because, you know, the whole bullying thing that I mentioned earlier, and he just didn't care, and that didn't even, like, process through my brain, that, like, maybe you shouldn't be with somebody who doesn't care about your well-being or something. But nope, I was doing just fine. I was just chilling. And so he, like, would not take no for an answer. He was like, I'm gonna tell people. And I was like, no, you're gonna make my life so much worse. And I was so angry. Like, I went to his house, because he lives, like, a couple streets away from me, and I, like, knock on his door, and I was, like, crying. I was like, no, you're not about to make my life worse. Like, my life is already a living hell. And his mom answered the door, and I kind of told her what was going on. And she was like, no, like, don't worry, I'm not going to let that happen. And she was, like, really nice to me about it and stuff. And then she just completely turned. Like, I don't know what happened between that conversation and then the next conversation that I had with this woman, but she just, like, flipped. Couldn't tell you why. I did nothing to her. I don't remember doing anything to her. So, little 8th grade me still dates Monkey Boy. Still stays with him. Why? I couldn't tell you for the life of me. So as our relationship continues, my birthday rolls around. On my birthday, I guess, came on a Wednesday, because there was, like, this little church thing every Wednesday. So that Wednesday after school, him and my best friend wanted to go to church, I guess, and, like, just kind of hang out, you know, for my birthday, because I didn't have any plans. And so my mom was fine with that. I texted her, and I was like, hey, will you take us to Target to get some stuff for this other kid's birthday who happened to be on Friday? That is an important detail. I will get into that. So we go to Target, we're just hanging out, and then we go to church. It's fine. My mom drops us off. We're good. We're just fine. Life is going just fine. And then I get a text from his mother, because she had my number. It was fine. I was good with his mom, so I thought. And she was like, is Monkey Boy with you? And I was like, yeah, we went to church. Now, keep in mind, he told me and he told my mother that his mom was okay with him going with me. So, as far as I knew, she was okay with it. She knew that he was with me. Like, it was not even an issue up until this point. And she was like, he's not supposed to be with you. I don't want him with you. Like, I'm coming to get him right now. Where are you? And I was like, what? And she was like, I'm getting a restraining order on you. Like, she was going to get a restraining order on me because her son lied about being able to go with me. I'm confused. I'm still confused to this day as to, like, what a restraining order would even do. I mean, we go to the same school. Like, ma'am. So then we were like, okay, she's going to come to the church and she's going to pick us up. And I was like, I don't know. Like, so, and at that point, I was kind of upset. I was like, why? Like, what is this? Like, what did I ever do to this woman? So I start, like, walking away and going to this other, because there was, like, a church here, and then there was, like, some restaurants and stuff, and then across the street, there was, like, a pond with, like, a sidewalk, and then apartment buildings. So we kind of went over to the pond, and we were kind of away from, like, the street by the apartment buildings, and we were just sitting there. And as we were, like, walking over there, his mom was still texting me. And I wish I still had these texts. Oh, my God, I would totally read them. But she was saying things like, my son has enough problems. Like, he needs help himself. He doesn't need to be helping you. And keep in mind, this was the entire time that, like, I was being bullied. And it just was not a good time or place for me. And so she was like, you're not, like, my son doesn't need to be your counselor, like, he needs counseling himself, like, he does not need to be helping you, which, I mean, it's like, it's not like he was counseling me, he would just let me talk to him if I needed somebody to talk to, but, okay, and then she proceeded to tell me, a 14-year-old, this grown woman, proceeds to tell a 14-year-old, she goes, you don't cut yourself, like, you're just trying to get attention. And this, I'm gonna make an entire story about this. Like, I'm not just kind of brushing this comment off. It wasn't, like, I was angry. I was like, ma'am, you do not know what's going on in my life. Like, you do not know what is happening, like, if I self-harm, if I'm suicidal, if I'm depressed. Like, you don't know what's happening in my life. Like, ma'am. And she goes, when you came over, I saw your arm. You're just fine. Listen, I was, like, texting, I guess I texted Monkey Boy about all of this, and, like, she probably saw it from his messages, but it's like, I was in a really bad place. But then, who are you to tell me that I just want attention and that I'm just fine? Ma'am! An old woman, like, she's, like, old, like, and you're about to sit here and tell a teenager who you don't know anything about that they are just fine. Just fine. Okay. Okay. And then, this woman says, I don't want to be having grandbabies, so I don't need you around my son. because I don't want you to have my grandchildren. Woman! What? We go on dates to football games. Middle school football games. What? How is he supposed to get me pregnant at a football game? Like, literally, I think that those are the only places that we went on dates to, was to football games. Can we just take a second to think of how sitting on bleachers was going to get me pregnant? He did, in fact, now get somebody pregnant last year. So I mean, I'm not pregnant. I don't even do the whole boy thing anymore because of boys like this. Like, me, pregnant, with your son, with monkey boys, baby? No, not pregnant at all. I don't want kids, but like, but then he went and got another girl pregnant. Like, how does, she must be so proud of him. But then it just keeps going. So that was kind of the end of me and Monkey Mama's interactions together. So then I was upset. I mean, any 14-year-old whose mother, whose boyfriend's mother just went off on them and was like, you're fine, you just want attention, I don't want my son to get you pregnant. I was pretty upset. I was like, what? Like, I was upset, I was confused, I don't know. So after that day, then that Friday, so this was on a Wednesday, and then that Friday, it was this other kid's birthday, and I decided that it'd be funny, because, like, we just, I don't even know how to explain this, but it's kind of, like, irrelevant to the story, but, like, this kid, we call him Larry, and it's, like, we have this, like, whole long nickname for him, and so I made these, like, flyers to, like, say happy birthday to him, and, I mean, it was actually kind of cute, like, you know, and so I passed them out, and I give one to Monkey Boy, and he takes it, and it's just a little piece of paper with this guy's picture on it, and I was like, say happy birthday to him, because I was trying to be, like, nice, and then it was, like, kind of an inside joke, and it was, I don't know, like, it was just whatever. It's not like I was trying to date the guy, and Monkey Boy crumples it up, throws it in the trash can, because he was jealous. I was like, dude, what? Like, you're jealous of what? Like, I am friends with this guy, like, we're good, you know. Can I not tell people to tell him happy birthday? I mean, now looking back on it, like, I wouldn't do something like that now. But, like, 8th grade, it was funny. It was cute, you know, whatever. Monkey Boy didn't think it was too cute. So then, I slept over at my friend's house that night. And then the next day, we were, like, at the mall. And she was like, yo, there's this Halloween party tonight. Like, do you want to go? And, because the next day was Halloween. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And she was like, I think that Monkey Boy's going to be there. Like, the guy whose party it was said that Monkey Boy would be there. And so we show up, like, a couple hours later. Monkey Boy's not there. There were a bunch of random people. I didn't even know the guy whose house we were at, but whatever. I ended up being friends with him. That was something. So he, like, called Monkey Boy, and at this point, his mom had, like, blocked me on his phone. Like, I couldn't speak to him unless I was in school. So, you know, I had to go to somebody else's Halloween party, and, like, it was a thing. So that was the only time that I had talked to Monkey Boy that night, and I was at this Halloween party until, like, midnight, 1 in the morning, I don't know, something, and I talked to him once, and he was supposed to be there, so I'm honestly glad that he wasn't. So me and this guy actually got along, and we were emo together that night. It was wonderful. I got to put eyeliner on him. It was a fun night, and then we ended up being friends, and, like, we hung out and whatever. And then I was talking to him about, like, me and Monkey Boy, and he was like, do you really want to be with this guy? And I was like, honestly, no, I don't. But the only reason at this point that I still was because I was scared to break up with him. And not scared because I was like, oh no, people won't like me even more than they already don't. Oh no, like, I'll be single, I want a boyfriend. No, it was none of that. I was scared that he was going to punch me straight in the face and, like, break my face. Like, I was scared that this boy was going to, like, assault me because I didn't want to date him. You know, I think it got worse than that. So, on Monday, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to break up with him. But I was like, I can't do this by myself. Like, he would get so angry, and so I, like, went to the counselor's office, and I was like, yo, like, I need you to help me. So me and this guy actually got along, and we were emo together that night. It was wonderful. I got to put eyeliner on him. It was a fun night, and then we ended up being friends, and, like, we hung out and whatever. And then I was talking to him about, like, me and Monkey Boy, and he was like, do you really want to be with this guy? And I was like, honestly, no, I don't. But the only reason at this point that I still was because I was scared to break up with him. And not scared because I was like, oh no, people won't like me even more than they already don't. Oh no, like, I'll be single, I want a boyfriend. No, it was none of that. I was scared that he was going to punch me straight in the face and, like, break my face. Like, I was scared that this boy was going to, like, assault me because I didn't want to date him. You know, I think it got worse than that. So, on Monday, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to break up with him. But I was like, I can't do this by myself. Like, he would get so angry, and so I, like, went to the counselor's office, and I was like, yo, like, I need you to help me. So they, like, called him down, I guess, first before me, and kind of told him what was about to happen. He was, like, sobbing. They call me down, and I get in there, and he's already crying, and I honestly, like, thought it was kind of funny, because I was like, oh no, you cheated on me, and, like, you were psychotic and jealous, but now you're the one crying. So they were like, do you guys still want to be friends? And I was like, yeah, sure, I guess, whatever. And then they were like, okay, but if you're gonna be friends, you're gonna have to respect his mom. And I sat there and I laughed in their faces. I was like, respect her? I was like, why am I gonna have to respect her? Like, why in the world would I respect her? Like, she showed absolutely no respect for me. She went off on a 14-year-old. She told me basically that I was a whore and that I was gonna get pregnant by her son just by dating him. So, respect, like, that was not gonna come from me. I was not gonna sit there and be a kiss ass to his mom and be like, oh no, I want to be friends with your son who cheated on me and who was a jealous freak. No, that's not what I was about to do. So I sat there and I laughed and I let him be angry and I got up and I left. And that was the only time in 8th grade I ever really stood up for myself, but I am happy that I did. So then there was a couple-week-long period that I didn't go to school. I was not enrolled. I could not handle being there. Life was just too bad for me. I could not physically get out of my bed in the mornings because I was too depressed. So I just didn't, like, I was not enrolled in school for a couple weeks just to kind of take some time for myself, whatever. In that 2-week period, I still hung out with the guy whose Halloween party we went to. And I told him, you know, I broke up with Monkey Boy, you know, all that. Like, life was better, I guess. So in school that next week, Monkey Boy just assumes that because I'm speaking to another human that is a male human being, that I guess I'm dating him suddenly. I mean, I guess he takes after his mom, just thinks everybody's a whore, I guess. I mean, going from boy to boy to boy. I mean, that's me, apparently. So he goes up to this boy. Sit down, grab a glass of water, just prepare. Really, really prepare yourself for what I'm about to tell you. He gets down on one knee, puts his hand on this boy's shoulder, and Monkey Boy opens his big mouth, and he says, roses are red, violets are blue. She's for me, not for you. And if you don't leave her, I'll make your face blue. What? What? Can somebody please tell me why me being friends with another boy makes the boy who fucking cheated on me jealous? And then go write him a poem about how if he doesn't leave me, he will make his face blue. I wasn't even dating this boy. I was angry. I didn't understand why he felt the need. I didn't get it. It was not processing as to why he would do that. I still see him at school, like, I still call him Monkey Boy. He still cheats on all of his girlfriends. But, that's kind of the end of all of the craziness that happened there. More, like, little detail that happened a couple months later. At church, he told me that if I ever stepped foot on his property again, that he would shoot me in the head. Which, I mean, I think is kind of funny, but, I mean, at the time, I didn't think it was very funny, because the kid might shoot me in the head, but oh well, it sounds like a him problem being so angry about me speaking to another male. But I mean, I guess in his defense, I did write his mother a thank you note for not wanting me to be with him because, well, I definitely agreed with her after all of that, but I thought it was pretty funny, and I still think it was pretty funny. So I guess that's kind of the end of this story. Monkey Boy, if you're watching this, hi Monkey Boy. I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope it brought back some memories for you, because, thinking about it really brought back some for me, but, tell your mom I said hi, too, I mean. So, I see this guy around school, it's kind of awkward, but whatever, I'm just doing a lot better now, especially without him, you know, cheating on me, and then me just forgiving him. So, yeah, that was my crazy ex-boyfriend story. I hope that you enjoyed it, where I could actually form a sentence today, and I have actually had sleep. If you liked this video, subscribe and click the notification bell, because I post every Sundays, and I will post more interesting story times, such as this one. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed my first story time about the one and only Monkey Boy, and I will see you guys next time.